I'm Lisa.
And I'm Leah.
And this is Chick Chat with Fancy Flip Events,
where we talk about wedding planning, our fancy flip events, and our trailblazing journey as a new business.
Today we're going to talk a little bit on a different subject. We are very heavy on the videos about wedding planning. We know that's what you guys are interested in, and we sprinkle that in with a good bit about fancy flip events. But today we're kind of going to talk a little bit about being entrepreneurs and tying that in a little bit with wedding planning, because believe it or not, there are a lot of similarities to running a business and planning a wedding.
Yes, they do have something in common, and one of the things is there's a struggle between work-life balance. So when you're planning a wedding, it is a lot like starting a new business. You have a lot of time involved. Same with when you're starting a new business, you've got to manage a budget and different things along those lines that are they kind of coincide in that kind of sense.
And typically this is something you've never dealt with before.
Right.
So
yeah.
you're taking on something new, and you have to figure it out as you go. So you're looking at all the new aspects you're adding to your life, and you're trying to figure out how to fit that in an already busy, hectic schedule. So one of the things that I would strongly suggest is when you get started, know what your choices are. Same with a wedding too. Know what all your choices are. Take a minute if you want to and write those down and weigh your options. My dad used to have a great saying. He used to say, everything in life weighs something. You got to stick it on the scales and weigh it. So I would suggest that you do that with everything. Sometimes you have to make some tough choices on giving up time for one thing and designating it for something else, at least for a short amount of time.
Yeah. And my little bit of advice would be to prioritize and delegate. You don't have to be a be-all, do-all. So make sure you kind of know those people that you can go to for help when you need it. And also make sure you know a main focus and what's priority here. Sometimes your actual life is going to take priority. Know when that is, and know what your main goal with your business or wedding. What's the number one priority? What's going to make or break your business or your wedding day? And
sometimes we deal with this regularly, and we have done so very recently. Sometimes you have to make a decision that will maybe be a little bit tough up front, but the payoff will be big later.
In the long run, it'll all be okay. So keep that in the back of your mind. What are your priorities and what's your main focus? So also, some of the things that you can do to kind of help you along with your work-life balance is track your progress on things. If you feel like you're making progress, then you're going to see that in the long run. And then also make sure you find something positive in the here and now. Because sometimes it's hard to...
I was just going to say that. Sometimes you just have to look at the end of a crummy day and go, you know what? 90% of that day I could have done without. But there was one little pearl or one little nugget, and I'm really glad that happened. Or sometimes you have to search really hard, but
it might not be so obvious.
Right, there's always something there that you can take away from the day that, you know, this was the good part, and the rest of it, I get a do-over tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to start with.
Fresh new day tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely.
Moral of the story, enjoy life as it is right now, and live life as it is right now.
Yep.
Things aren't going to change.
You never get today back. So make sure you spend it wisely. It's just like a budget. You have a time budget, you have a money budget. You don't want to throw away money. Don't throw away time. You can always get more money. You can never get more time.
Yes, that is very true.
Make sure that you plan accordingly with that.
Yes, that's good.
That's a little bit of advice on if you're starting a business, those same things apply. So that's kind of step number one when you decide to go into business and you take on that entrepreneurial spirit. You have to know what you're facing before you jump off that cliff.
Right, exactly. So, no, you do. Well, and we would love to hear from you if you're either starting a new business or in wedding planning. What are some of the hurdles that you've had to overcome, and in that process, what's that look like for you personally?
And if you have any questions for us, we'd love to hear them, and we read all of our emails, so we'd be happy to take the time to answer those. And
we want to hear from you. And again, if you would like to see these videos every week in your inbox, sign up for our newsletter.
We're going to head on over to the groups, and we're going to post that conversation starter, and we'd love for all of you to join in, make a comment there, or post something yourself.
Thanks, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks. So we're going to post the We're going to post the conversation starter.
Start. So I got it right again because I was laughing.